Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're completely new to tarot, just understand that not every reading is going to be for you. If it starts to feel like the reader is wrong or it's just not your story, that means it's just not your reading. Just discard it. Just leave it for someone that it's for. Maybe the next one will be yours. We're also just going to disregard gender. I'll pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. The sexual gender is pretty irrelevant. Those cards describe a personality, so you'll definitely know who we're talking about. I'm not pulling on anything specific. I'm going to let the Oracle lead the way. We'll clarify with the tarot, and I'll grab some advice. If you like the reading and you want to get notified when I post more, you can subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. I also offer a membership. If you're interested in that, you can check out all the perks in the, if you hit the join button, sorry. And I do offer private personals to my members. Okay, I'm just going to take the first card that came out there. Okay, so we have emotions are running high, supermoon. Accountability. Patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. Self-celebration. I am amazing. I rejoice in my successes, big and small. I'm proud of the person I am becoming. I celebrate myself today. The overall energy. Here is the Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Sun, Leo energy. The Ten of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Hierophant, Taurus energy. And at the bottom of the deck, the Three of Wands. I feel like here, you actually are taking accountability for something here, you know? Like, I feel like a lot of you have been really working on yourself. And I mean this in, like, you know, the earthly way. Like, I think, you know, you've moved past this Eight of Pentacles into the Nine of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles can be working on oneself, but it's definitely putting in the work. The Nine of Pentacles is seeing the rewards of that labor. You know, I think you are finally standing in this place of gratitude, and I think that this comes to interpersonal relationships, you know, your own feelings, ideas, and intuitions. I don't know, you know, it's for each of you it's going to be something different, but altogether it's kind of the same. Like you've moved past this level of needing to work on yourself and understand yourself better. Now there is like, this acceptance that sometimes you're going to disappoint people, that you can't be perfect. What's important is that you take accountability and that you apologize in those moments. That, you're allowed to, even have emotions. But I think that, what I'm seeing here is that sometimes, when we get emotional, we get argumentative, we get dramatic, we get overwhelmed or stressed out and it's just too much. And then, maybe we have like these explosions. And, maybe this used to be something that you just either sort of blame the energy on someone else. They pissed you off and that's why you were how you were, or you never really understood the energy. Like sometimes you just explode. Now there's this acceptance where like sometimes I get overwhelmed and I sort of explode. But that doesn't even make me a bad person. But in those times, what I really need to do is apologize, be accountable. I think basically now that you've worked on yourself, you're more able to work on others, if that makes sense. Like, once you're accountable, once you say, sometimes I'm like this, and it's wrong. Doesn't really matter why I'm like this, it's still wrong. I think that's how we start to show up appropriately to others. Because sometimes people don't expect us to change, like to just be perfect or something. But they, just like we would want, because in tarot you see it a lot where it's like, well, we just want someone to take accountability, tell us where they went wrong and not do it again. But then we also have to have that as an expectation of ourselves. So here I feel like you're starting to really understand how to work with other people. And it's not avoiding problems. It's not being passive aggressive with them. It's like facing it head on. Like sometimes this is going to happen. And when it happens, I apologize. And I do my best next time to not really, fly off the handle. Because it's not as simple as just taking the accountability here. So I feel like a lot of you are actually, some of you anyway, are taking steps towards a specific person to be more open and vulnerable, and especially in those times to explain to someone, well, I don't really know even what was going on, but this is how I was feeling and it was wrong and I'm sorry. And as simple as it was for me to just say that, that's how easy it is to say it to someone else, but it doesn't fucking mean anything if you just continue to do it, And I think that is what you're paying attention to here, not just, yourself and how you feel, but also like the consideration of others here is going to matter more with relationships. I think that there's somebody in your life, and this could be new with the Ace of Cups, but it doesn't have to be. This person is patient with you even when you explode. But that doesn't mean like sometimes people will tolerate something because, they also go through things. But that doesn't mean, that you shouldn't, I think, apologize, in those times, especially if they're patient with you. I think somebody here is just recognizing that like whoever they're dealing with is not like some bullshit that they dealt with in the past. And that sometimes they're just like maybe paranoid, or they just get, I don't know, I want to say stressed out. And they can be a little over the top. What's interesting here though is like the gratitude towards this person. It's like, even though I show up disappointing to them, they try to understand where I'm coming from. And so it's better for me to just take accountability so that I'm not an asshole. Because they're clearly, they give a fuck why, Like, I think that they try to show up without judgment. They're like really patient with you, even though you are acting crazy, or in your mind you're acting crazy, you know? Somebody here is like shown you time and time again how loyal they really are to you, though, like how committed they really are to you. And a lot of it has been like the way, it's the tolerance, you know, like the way that, you know, sometimes they just deal with your nonsense. But I mean, that's regular relationship stuff. But I think in the past you would have people like dip out, or, you know, a partner that would explode back or something like that. This is like different. I think that there's someone in your life here that's like forcing you to pay attention to your own behavior because they fucking act right, you know? I think that's really what's happening for a lot of you here. Like, it makes you want to be more like that, though, to be more like patient and like understanding and not just, you know, blow up. So, to be fair too, though, like, when we talk about soulmates, that's kind of what we're looking for, right? Like the person who's trying to really understand us on like an emotional, psychological level, even if it's like totally different from who they are. And I mean, that's how you'll get like unconditional, because you see how there's already no conditions here, love. But I think you have to be willing to see that for what it is and just, you know, chill out a little bit. I don't even know who I'm talking to here. So I have the Two of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Cups, Three of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Yep. I don't know if somebody, like, you know, there's been like a little bit of arguing or fighting in the situation or something. Things are going to be all right. But, and I think that you know that anyway. I think that I'm talking to somebody who, like, they, you know, they already acted crazy with this person before and the person kind of dealt with it. But, like, you don't want to make a habit of it, you know? Like, just because a person will deal with your shit, they'll only do that for so long, you know? I think a lot of you are recognizing that, like, you know, somebody's not showing up the way you are, like, you know, you need to also consider them differently or something here. I think that you're used to, like, fighting or, like, really having, like, problems with people. I think this person just doesn't want any of that. They don't. Like, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm kind of getting a person where they'll like just like blow the fuck up, and their partner just kind of like sits there listening, you know, even though you're like bugging. They're just listening. I mean, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you, you know, if you can listen without getting your feelings hurt when somebody's screaming, they're at least telling you exactly what they need, or what the fuck they're afraid of, or what they're paranoid of, or like what they're actually going through, or what they've been through. If you're smart enough to just listen to them, though. But I think that this person really forces you to be a better person. I think they have like they're a really secure person, but they don't have any doubts about whether or not it's you. And that's gonna be so clear to you all of a sudden, where it's like, why am I acting like this? You know, this person like just has consistently shown up, even though I'm a nut job, you know? And I think it's not really that hard to understand. You know, if you go through like several failed, like chaotic, toxic ass relationships in your life, when you meet a person that's like really healthy for you, you don't know what the hell to do with them, you know? And I think that's kind of what this is. But I feel like there's no point in like trying to run or trying to avoid, like that. It's pretty obvious that you have what you've been looking for. Now can you be the same You know, can you be what you're asking for? Yeah, and the advice, we have the Ten of Swords, the Devil, the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, some Capricorn energy here. It's like, it's the same thing. Can you detach from these past situations? Excuse me. I just feel like, you know, whoever I'm talking to, they're used to, like, you know, things ending really badly. You know, just constantly being betrayed by people, like just literally being put in the dirt. You know, I don't think somebody that I'm talking to has never really had a stable, solid relationship, and now that they're in one, it's hard for them to detach from like those past situations, but you have to, because you're not there anymore. You're in something safe now. But I think that I don't even need to tell you that. I think that that is the realization here. Like, somebody is awake to the fact that they're kind of stuck in this old pattern of thinking when they're not in that situation. Somebody's going to be facing their own shadow here. Like, this person has showed me time and time again that they're not going anywhere. And, you know, it's hard. I think with the Ten of Cups, like, you know, it's saying, like, this relationship is what you're looking for. You know, you can find the fulfillment that you are looking for. Like, end game, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. It's more about accepting it. Okay. Hope this was helpful. See y'all soon.